Hello, everybody. It's Kelly, and I'm shutting my window because one of my neighbors is making a lot of noise. So we'll do that for a while at least. So happy Friday. Got a couple of videos. I think I've got a couple of layouts we can do tonight based on what I was kind of looking at a little bit earlier. All right, so that looks pretty straight. So tonight I'm going to start with this photo, and this is my 4 grandchildren with their parents. So you don't see mom and dad appear all that often, but here they are, and I think it would be nice if I could get this documented, especially since this is their summer vacation from last year, and it'll be a year ago next weekend. So it would be really nice if I could get this done. So my plan tonight is to do 2 layouts, and after that, I have 3 layouts to do, and I have nothing to do all day on Sunday. So my goal is to finish their 2021 layouts. Now, I do have one. Her grandfather died in 2021, and I'm going to need to put some sort of collage together of photos of him. So technically 4, but I think I'm going to do that anyway. I do have a layout of the funeral in there. So we'll just kind of go from there and see what happens. So anyway, hi Tammy, good to see you. So here's that. Before though, I'm going to show you, because y'all know I have a letter problem, and more importantly, an Ellie Studio letter problem. So I'm just going to pop this aside. And the July stuff was released earlier this week on the 10th. And so of course I placed an order. And I always send a little thank you note, and I like to cut these out and use them for cards, and then usually a 3x4 card. So this is nice. This is July, so that'd be kind of cool. And I actually could use that tonight now that I think about that. So that might be something I can do. So we'll see, because this took place in July. Then they had these orange alphabet stickers to go with the puffy alphas, and orange is a color I don't have a ton of, and I know I don't have any of puffies in this size, so I was happy to have these. And then the other thing I've been waiting for is I haven't had these star stickers in quite a while. They haven't put them out, so I actually bought 2 of them because I use them a ton. These are smaller than the ones they've done in the past. I don't know if I even have any of the ones that I have done, but the colors are the same. I was gonna look and see if I could find one that to show you, and I don't know, I might not have any of these left just because I love their stars so much. So I've been waiting. They have been doing hearts and stars mixed, but not just the stars. So I guess this is kind of the ones. Now I've put stars from other releases on this sheet, but you can see like the big, well, yeah, the big ones are just slightly smaller, so pretty good though. The one thing they don't have on here is any navy, so that would have been nice, but hey, I can't complain too much because I've got some stars back. So there's some puffy star stickers. Hi Nancy, good to see you. And then they had these everyday label puffy stickers with like love you, living in the moment, check this out, weekend fun, that kind of stuff. So I thought that would be fun to use. And then right away I'm seeing the star that says the best. I could use that with this photo. So that would be kind of a cool thing. So there's those to use. And then I did buy the Jane alphabet stickers, and this is kind of it's supposed to be teal, but it's really coming off very green. So that is not the worst thing. I knew I'd be okay with whichever way it went, but that's another idea, and that actually would work really well. I pulled up my Creative Memories camera collection. That works pretty well with this. So anyway, so there's a little Ellie Studio preview for you. So now let's look at tonight's first project, and that's this one. And I'm thinking about just calling this Summer Vacation. They do this most every year. I like that right away. And they were all fishing at this point in time, but I've done plenty of fishing photos. I do kind of like this little moments card, and I could cut around this top so it was more of a you know, it's more of the same. And then actually, and then I could even do these sides too, or bring it in like this and leave the black and white. I like it. I tend to like the file folder that way though. So there is this July that I could use as well. And then I have this little one that says love this. So that would be really appropriate as well too. I do have this little green piece here. I kind of like that because that brings in the green from the trees in that lake. They were up in northern Wisconsin where there are a ton of lakes and that kind of stuff. There's a nice other blue piece. So I'm just kind of going through and looking to see what I have and trying to figure out what to use. Now this one, I kind of like, I don't know why, but this is sort of remind me of bubbles in water. So that might be kind of a nice one. And then it has a lot of the colors in it. So I'm liking the way that's come together. Now, I don't know if this is driving you guys batty, but you know, that's a lot going on. So it might be nice to get some sort of solid behind there. I don't have black in there. I do have this little piece here, but I think I'd like more contrast because these are a little bit too close. But I have plenty of papers. These are, it's mostly the Creative Memories Picture This collection is what a lot of this is. So I'm just going to go through. This is, oh, and here's the actual bubbly paper that I could use. I like that. Then there's they always do like a solid pack that goes with the other pack, so that there wasn't much left from that pack. But I have a couple of things that I think would work. This is this paper. And I think I'm starting to get a lot. I think I'm going to go back and pull this one out and save that for another day. I don't really want to repeat the two same papers there, so I'm going to keep looking to see if I can find something else that I like to go with this, but is less matchy there. So lots of good stuff in this collection. Just a little, not quite this, I don't want it too much the same. And then I do like that with this, but I think the scale of this and that are, too close, so that goes back to scale. I will find something, I promise. And I can always go through and look at, there was one with a heart on it that was really cute, but I think it's too, this might be too many lines. Yeah, too many lines. Okay, so that's not going to work. I have a lot of good candidates, but it's either bubbly looking or lines looking, and I really want to use that paper because it just makes me feel like. So here's another bubbles paper, but it's white on there. That is not my favorite either. So I'm going to go grab my blue stack of papers to see if I have anything, and if I don't, or, oh, wait. I think we have it right there. So that is the Bella Besties in the ombre hearts, and I really like how that looks. Now I still think I might be able to get like a navy something behind there or somewhere in this mix. So I'm going to take a look and see what I have. This is more Bella Besties again. And that would be nice with the blue. Now the question is, do I, because these two are very similar, do I do it this way? And actually, I like it better if I have these two together and I don't have such a contrast between those layers. I am going to pull out my Memento Dewdrop ink, and I think just because of the way this is starting to lay out, I'll save this. I do have my next photo that might work really well with as well too. So I'm either going to use the July or the Love This on this one. So we'll see what happens there. Hi, Cynthia. Good to see you. I also could use this 5 as, oh no, it would have to be 6. What am I thinking? It would have to be 6. I can't count tonight because it's not just the 4 grandkids, but I could have used, that's something I could use. I've cut these, I think, apart here because I had a 3 in there. So anyway, all right. So let's look at how we're going to construct this. Now this paper is pretty thin because it's Creative Memories, and it's thin not because they're being cheap, but in Creative Memories for their albums, there's already a white backing paper and you add your papers to it. So that's why these tend to be thinner. Okay, so the one thing I'm running into here is I really want as much of that heart to show, but what's happening is the border is the same all the way around. So I'm going to thin that up even more so that I can keep seeing as much of that heart as possible. So that'll be good. Might actually have to, it's gotten really cool here today. We had a lot of rain earlier today, so, but it's starting to get warm and it's starting to get humid. So I think I'm gonna open my window again and hopefully the noise that was going on when I first started is not going to be going on anymore. So one thing I love about this scrapbook room is I have a window right there. Hopefully you can see that. All right, so we have that piece. And now I think I'm liking the way this is going to look proportionally a little bit better. And then bring that in and maybe even leave this kind of intact here. That's what I'm thinking. So let's get the black on here. There is no black in here, but I still could have used that Love This. I think just if I ink these edges, I'm bringing in a little bit of black. My next picture, I don't think I'll like the Love This as much, but I do have another photo of M number 4, and he last year was able to finally go front facing in his car seat, so that was kind of a big day. It was the day before Grandma took him to the zoo. Grandma Kelly took him to the zoo last year, so he got to ride front facing, which was really nice. But I have that picture next to Scrap, and that Love This would be perfect for it. I am not going to spoil why the Love This would not be appropriate for the next photo, because it's a funny photo. Oopsie. The one other thing, be careful when you're doing the Creative Memories paper. You know, I tear my stuff up all the time. Don't do it on that paper. At least if you do it very cautiously, because even though the ATG isn't really solid right away, it's too solid too fast for this. Okay, so then I'll take that top border off and then do some sort of side border here. Or cut it so that it's about the same all around. I think that looks pretty good. Now, this paper is going to be too narrow. So I kind of actually like how that sits like that. What I'll do is I'll cut it a little bit thinner. But I'm going to ink edges since I'm thinking about this so I don't forget. And most of this comes from that older Creative Memories collections. I think they're a couple of years old. But I like being able to blend this stuff in. And these are the new, this is the new Bella Boulevard. I I don't remember what they call these now, but the dots and that kind of stuff, it's the new collection that they're doing. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little off of either side or on one side, just because this is the same, and see what I think. Yeah, I think that works. The one thing is I think I have too much space above and below, but maybe not if I do one or the other, if I do the title on this block, which I think I will do. And I'm thinking white, like really pop that title. There's a lot of white in the background, so I think that would be nice. So this is Hearts in Ombre, Bella Boulevard, by the way. Let me grab my white letters. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Very loud, I don't know, it wasn't the boom, but it was a very loud noise because I had to drop one of my, or I put my basket for my thickers on the floor, and they're big. So I'm just kind of playing with what kinds of, I want to call this summer vacation, so I'm thinking like something above and then something below that. I'm looking, I might have a hard time finding white letters though, because I'm going to be all out of T's. And if I just do vacation, I need 2 A's. Okay, so that's, well, let's see what the proportion, this is a really big alpha, and these are really old. I think they're some of my first thickers I ever got. Back in the days when QVC was doing scrapbooking days all the time. Do you guys remember those? If you scrapbook long enough to remember QVC scrapbook days. And they had at one time a big thicker pack. So that's where these come from. So the other thing is they're so big, I don't want to go off that. Now the other thing you can do is you can bounce that if you want to, but my idea is to not bounce that. I also could do this in a different color and pop white for the word summer, but I think I'm going to try not to do that. And as I'm thinking about this, I think I have some pieces from Ellie's Studio that might relate to summer vacation. I know I have some in wood, but I might have some in acrylic as well. So I'll look at that, and then maybe some puffy stickers. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna be able to make this work across here, even with these gigantic letters here. There we go. Oops. There we go. These things are just huge. That's okay though. Oh, and I had one end left. So here we go. Can I make it fit? It's going to go just past the blue, but maybe if I just, you know, keep, because I'm careful about that. I don't want it to look like the letters are falling off. So I like this proportion of this blue on the bottom here. That feels about right to me. It's a little bit bigger than this, or I could also narrow it up. So let me see what that looks like if I narrow it up a little bit. I actually think I like that even a little bit better. So let's narrow this up, and I hope I don't regret that, although I can just pull it off. I didn't. And I'm saying that because this is going to be such a big blue piece up here. So if we do vacation like this, I'm going to bring that just so that that N is barely going off and that V is barely going off there. So this part is easy, and these are foams, so they're really easy to work with. And they're also my favorite letter to MacGyver because They're pretty simple. No, I could have probably made that a little bit smaller there and it would have worked, but we'll, okay. I need to get that, oops, we need to bring this off just a little bit because that V is going to be off a little bit. They're also fun because sometimes it's hard to get them to sit straight, but I think we're going to be okay here. Okay, I think that looks good. So I was talking to my boyfriend and I were texting back and forth, and when I'm done, I have to call him. QVC and Lisa Bernson, you're right. Anyway, we need to talk later because we haven't decided what we're doing tomorrow, and numbers are popping up again for COVID here. And I like to remain one of the unicorns who's not had it. My best friend has it right now, and oh, she's sick. So really, really sick. So I'd like to keep it that way. But anyway, so we were thinking about doing a festival and then decided that maybe that's not the best thing at the moment. And if you want to do that, that's fine. Well, that's, everybody does what they feel is right, and that's okay. But my boyfriend has some health things that he probably shouldn't get COVID, at least if we can help it anyway. And I don't want to endanger all my clients. So. Yes, QVC and Lisa Bernson days. Oh my gosh, those were so awesome. And then the days of creative memories. Oh, when that would come to my mailbox. And I think making memories. And then Stacy Julian's simple scrapbooking. Oh my gosh, those were the most awesome days. So I am going to see if I have, I've got a camera here, so that might be kind of fun. These are those puffy stickers I was telling you about. Let me see if I have any of those. Any of the summer ones left. Looks like I might have used up most of those. So there's a beautiful site. There's I love you. So I might end up bringing some black in here. But first I want to get the word summer up there. And let me see if I can do it with these. This is one of my favorite small letter collections before I discovered LE Studio. Yeah, I can. So I think I don't want to go as small as LE Studio. I want them a little bit chunkier because these are so big. I think this subtitle here, which is what this is, still needs to have some chunk to it. Otherwise it's going to look funny. So this is Rockabye, by the way. I didn't tell you what this collection is. And I think they still sell quite a few of these, or they used to, although I was going to say at Michael's, but now that I think about it, they've gone to a lot of their own private brands. So I don't know if they're still carrying these or not. You know, private brands, which are actually made by the big scrapbooking companies anyway, or the same factories and that kind of stuff. I am going to have to MacGyver an E here, but it's really simple with this alpha because I have some C's left. Yeah, this is doing exactly what I wanted it to do with that chunkiness of this alpha. So this is nice because I had a period left here. So I can make that happen. I could have cut off this little tail there, but I think it makes it look a little bit more like some of those other alphas, so that works for me. And there's the R. So now that, I love the way that looks. So that can be kind of cool. I want to do something quick, and that is to look up a date here. And I just discovered the other day, I can keep watching you guys, at least what I'm doing here, while I'm looking stuff up. So in the future, I will be able to look for spelling things if I need to. I won't have to rely on you so much. Okay, then what I was looking for is to see what date of the week this is, and it is a Monday. Oops, as I took that chipboard off. There are also a couple of blue pieces here, and there's this one and this one. So these might be kind of fun to use. I do, like I said, have cameras. Have the Remember. It's Our Favorite Place and this one are really cool. They'd be great and they'd mix in and probably neutralize the boys' shirts a little bit, but I have, although I was going to say, but I do have 3 if I kind of look at some of these, and or I could use some stars, like the best, and I've got blue stars. So maybe I need to just start looking at how are we going to incorporate these. So this border and this border, I probably want the same. So I'm going to cut that off. Oh, Tammy, have fun with your grandkids. That's awesome. I would never prevent anyone from spending time with their grandkids, right? All right. So let's get that on there, and I think this will be good there. And I'm really liking how that looks. The one thing that I'm not liking quite as much is I don't love this white down below. I'm going to flip this around, take these off and make it easier, and see if I like this any better. Actually, I think it is better on the bottom because this, all that white down there fights each other. So let's pop that back. And then we'll glue this down. And this is right about the same here. Doesn't have to be exact. Okay, there we go. So I have, ooh, sorry guys, I've got smoke coming in because I've got windows open and somebody just fired up a grill or something. Okay, 30 seconds, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Sorry guys, one of my neighbors lit their fire pit and it was horrible the way that was coming up. Like I almost choked. So thanks for bearing with me with that. Okay, so I'm trying to think 3. Probably want something down here. And then it would be nice if we could play around a little bit with blue. Now I said 3, but I don't have a third bigger circle or a circle this size. So the question is, do I like take that off and add this one up here? Maybe. And that Monday down here. And the glasses, I don't know, just because it's sunny and it's blue. And then I'm thinking about, now do we incorporate the stars here? And I did have a navy star on that, here we go, on this sheet right here. So we can bring in some navy, but I also like the idea of this one that says the best. And maybe like a little, though that navy star is getting kind of lost there. So maybe if I have any white stars, I don't have any white stars on that, but looking to see if my alphas here had, they have 2 and they're about the same size as those. So I don't think that's what I want to do. Like asterisks and stars are always good in alphas if you can find them. So I'm just gonna look through these just to see if I would have 3. Everything I have has 1 or 2. So that's not going to work. What else was I looking at? Maybe doing here. Story, the best. I really kind of have, though, I really do have like 2 pieces. It's just like I'd like to get some stars back in here. Could do them in black or gray. So hi Sylvia. Hi Harmony. So question now is, do I have any white hearts? I have some of that super bright blue hearts, and I have the Ellie Studio. Here we go. I have white hearts. So maybe if I do hearts up there, but I don't have any white stars. I'd have to go with that off blue. And I'd be okay with that, except I'm not going to put it anywhere else on here, so I think I won't do that. Maybe like there. For this, Harmony, it's a good thing you arrived right now, because are you seeing what I'm doing? I'm actually mixing white and, or white. I'm actually mixing stars and hearts. This heart is too small. I'm gonna see if I have another one here. Yeah, I have other things that are better for this. Okay, so let's get these down. I do have to glue some of this because some of this, the sticky didn't stay with the chipboard. Thanks. I do love these colors too. I think they're really pretty together. Okay, looks like that all looks good, but I'm going to actually put some ATG on this heart because when they're not fully propped up, they do not like to stick together. So let's do that. And maybe that one we'll just do like this. So when they're up like this, they really don't like to stick. And actually, I should probably put this on a piece of foam tape. I need a much smaller one though than this one. I'm going to do this really, really thin. So last weekend, I actually took the 4 grandkids to Bookworm Gardens, which you guys have probably seen me scrapbook that before. It's a really beautiful garden in a city a little bit more than an hour from where we all live. And they have storybook vignettes in it. And it's something that I looked this up. This was the 6th year we've gone. So I only had M number 1 and M number 2. And M number 2 was 15 months old and was kind of barely walking. He was still toddling around quite a bit. So it was really cool to do that. And this year, last year, my daughter-in-law went with us because she wanted to see it, which I like to give them a day off without any kids, but she really wanted to see it because I talk about how cute it is. But this year it was just me and the 4 kiddos, and we went strollerless for the first time. So M number 3 is getting old enough that I think he can, he can do that. And it was great. We had a really good time. He was fine walking. They have a little backpack for him that has a little strap on it, and you can Velcro it to your wrist. So I did say in case Grandma gets lost. Not the boy, of course. But okay, I'm having problems getting this to stick. Might just have to grab one of my glues here. I just bought the art glitter glue because my fine line bottle isn't working all that well. So I just thought, maybe it's time to get the Scotch Quick Dry. Is that what that is now? I can never remember. It had a different name at one point. So anyway, so we had a successful day. Nobody got lost. Everyone behaved really well. So that was exciting too. Look at this. I'm actually going to put that heart and star right there together. Okay, that looks good. And I really think that's all I might need. Maybe a little bit of some sort of enamel dot. And I do have some navy ones, so let's use that. So I think those will be good. And the more I look at this, the more I love those colors that just, I mean, it's aqua, teal, and navy and white. So what's not to love about those? At least in my book. Okay, missing my little pokey guy here, my tweezers. Which that's not a good thing if I can't find those guys. Tweezers has gone AWOL. There they are. Sometimes they end up in my pen cup. All right. So I think I'll put these around the outsides here and not attach them to anything. And then I can use more of these. And there we go. And one more. I think just up in here, maybe. So you can still see it. There we go. All right. That was simple. And it took me, I don't know, even talking to you, that's way less than a half an hour. Okay. Then all right, next photo. We're going to still use the same collections here. And this is a photo. This is M number 4 last year, I think in August. And he is known for climbing things. And I walked out of the kitchen to do something, and he climbed up on top of my table here without using a chair to get up there. I still don't know how he did it, but he's known for scaling things. So I took a picture of it, and I'm not quite sure. I think he wanted me to open the cooler when there wasn't anything in it yet. So, oh my gosh, this boy. He is very, very quick, which is why when we went, I made sure that he had or when we went to the Bookworm Gardens, that we could keep him safe if we needed to. Okay, so he's wearing a blue shirt. I'm thinking this paper because it kind of reminds me of like superheroes. I also have this version of it as well, but I'm going to try to go with this and then bring and I think I can, you know, do this here. I kind of wish this Moments piece was closer to that. And I don't want to go like this because he's facing to the left of the page there. So I'm going to quick cut this and see what I think about this, if this one's going to work. And if it doesn't, no big deal. I'll find something else. There's other stuff available in this kit to journal on. So I'll just do this. And then shorten. I mean, I could do that, but it seems like a horrible waste to waste that huge journaling block. I also have this one that we could go with, and I think this needs another paper behind it. That's the other thing that I'm not loving. This too, maybe it would be better like this if I use this one. Let's go back. Maybe I can find a darker piece here to use for the top. Oh, actually, I could use this crosshatch up here like this, and then grab one of my smaller dots like this one, and then put that like right behind there. So that could look really cute. I think this one is also nice. Sorry guys, the fire is back again. And I'm starting to get irritated with them because I can't like breathe here. Okay. There's this cute paper. And then that is kind of a nice little pattern here. Probably be a better pattern here. And then, let's see, that might be a little bit small scale here, but I kind of like the colors, the 3 colors here. All right, so I'm just going to go for it here. And I could also use it like this, actually. Maybe that would be better. And then this. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to use a big chunk of this paper, but I'm going to put this picture on something smaller. So let's go for it here. Okay, then, so just a little bit bigger here. Now, this is just that 1/3, 2/3 design. So I could do that or this, and I think I'm going to put it on the top here. And then I can take a strip of washi or trim or something like that. I'm going to try some washi and see what I have. I think I have navy that I could use. Oh, my favorite washi that I'm getting close to getting through. So this is a Bella Boulevard one, and it's old, but I love this one. So I'm just going to do that, and then maybe bring this down here. Then, oh, oops, that's not gonna work well. But I could do this and do like, don't love this. Or I could go to my white cards and see if I have anything that would work here. I have a bunch of black and white cards. And I think some of them are a little bit more tongue-in-cheek and that kind of a thing. So let's see if I can find anything that would work. Okay, this is good. Hi. I think that'll work. There's a little heart on there, which I didn't love that totally, but I think that's kind of tongue-in-cheek and funny. So that's the one we're going to use. And now the question is, do I want to put that down here, up here? Or is it taking too much away from the photo? It might be because that high is so big. Okay, back to the drawing board here. I also have navy cards here too. So let's look at those. And I've got blues here. So I like the sentiment behind that, but I'm afraid that it's a little too big. If you guys could see the amount of 3x4 cards, you'd wonder why I'm having such a problem here. Because I have a lot of them. Oh, here we go. I think that could work with this blue. And that was not March. So let's use this one. Okay. So I'll just trying to decide if I want to cross the layers here or if I want to separate that out a little bit, which I think is what I'm going to do, is separate it out just that little bit here. And then, now this could have gone down here too, because I'm just thinking about this now because I do need to get a title on it, but I wanted to make the title be scaled it, and that might be kind of fun to run that right there. So let me grab my white small letters here and see if I can make that. I can. And I even have a puffy exclamation point. So let's do scaled it, and let's do it sideways. So that it looks like he's scaling it. And then I can talk about, you know, what's going on here. Now, the one thing again about using paper like this is you don't have to embellish all that much. Oh, Harmony, I missed your comment until just now. What behind the blue mat? And it might be too late. Sorry, I try to keep track of what's going on, but sometimes I get involved in whatever I'm doing and it's too late. Okay. Scaled it. And then I can use the exclamation point from this other alpha, but I think it's going to make it look a little funny because it's not the same width. So I have these openings from other letters here. I'm going to cut off a tiny little bit of one. The high card. Okay, thank you. That might have helped, but I still think it was really big. I can pop it back on there so we can kind of see how that looks. But it was so big, I just think it was going to look not right. I'm just going to take that little piece right there. Oh, actually, maybe the bigger one. Let's do this one to make it look like, yeah, this needs to be cut a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this successfully. Okay, that's better. This is just an opening from one of the letters that I'm using, or the piece in the middle of one of the letters. Okay, so we got scaled it. All right, let me grab that high card just so we can see if that would have helped. Here it is. So I think it does a little bit there, but I still think that black high is so big that your eye goes right to it. Now, the one way I could have neutralized that is cut it in, you know, different, I don't know, different, like cut a different shape out of there. And I could, now that's a thought. Could I use it as part of my embellishment? Like, could it go up there so that maybe we keep all the embellishment up there? I'm going to grab my punches and see if there's one that I think might work for that. I know I have a what do I want to say? I have a scallop, but I think it's too small. I think this might have to be pretty big. So let's see what I think. Like the 2-inch probably would work here. This is one of those cases where it works really well if you can. But I could do this and then put it like up here, down here somewhere. So I think I'm going to, but I'm going to cut this card up a little bit more so that I can get this on here and make it a little bit even. But what I was saying is this is one of those times when it really helps to have a punch that you can see to line up. And I'm trying to do it so you can see it too. And then when you do it, you have to just go for it. All right, so that actually is kind of a nice piece, but I think it's a little big here, but you know where it might work is right there, which is interesting because that's right in the middle of the whole piece there. The other way is I was thinking down here, which that neutralizes it a little bit more. I kind of like that, actually. All right, so then let's look and see what I have maybe in some black puffy stickers. Beautiful Sight is not going to work here. A camera would be nice here. And maybe a big camera. Just because this is so big. I'm going to try to make that neutral. Now I could also cut some more circles out of white or other colors within this collection. So what I'm thinking here is bringing this down here and then not letting it sit here like this, but taking it just slightly off the edge. So I have to be really careful here, just so it flattens that circle just a tiny bit and runs over the edge. I could also, if I wanted to, put some washi tape down here. Yeah, it doesn't seem as huge, does it? So washi tape. Oh, there's a cute one that says take my picture. Although it's in that green, I don't have that green on here. This one might be a little bit big. Yeah, isn't that, it's just that, I think it doesn't look so big because we have all this stuff going on here, so it makes it a little bit smaller looking. I'm gonna try one of these cameras up here instead. I like that a little bit better. That other one was getting too big, and I'm still thinking of maybe some sort of circle up here to echo this circle down here. And it could just be white, which is what I'm kind of leaning to now. And there's this little piece here that says photo op. So maybe that comes up here just a little so I have room to get this on here. That'll have to go on some sort of foam tape here. Maybe a camera down with that high as well. There we go. There's this cute little puffy too. Although, do I really want to put a love on this? Because I didn't really love that. And there's already a heart down here, so I think we're not going to do that. And then maybe that there. I've lost my all those circles and things I had, although that's a good one. Ooh, I actually found a heart that I like better than that photo op sticker up there. So I'm going to take this off. Put it back over here. There's one here that says story. Oop, and I forgot I put the tape on there. So that might not be, this might not work. I'm going to have to be really careful. Because there is a story behind that. So I actually like the way that looks better. And then, let's see. I've got anything is possible. Trying something new. Okay, don't like the way that's coming out. I need a shape, I think, not a... How about a star? I have that blue. Oh. Here's a cute one that says stay curious. That would work really well with the theme of this page. A little bit too small though. So I didn't let you guys see that, but it was a little small. It needed to be just a little bit bigger. Here's what I was looking for. But no circles that I think will work with these. That Sunday might work somewhere though, so I'm just going to check my dates again now that I know how to do this. Yeah, that was a Saturday. That's what I thought I remembered. Okay, so that's not going to work. I think I've used all my Schmel just blue. I had a collection where I had Schmel blue circles, so I think I used all those up already. I need more navy embellishments. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but oh my gosh. That would be fantastic. So what I'm thinking, could I do this little heart down here? I have a heart punch that I think this size might work really well. I need a little bit bigger one. I have a smaller one. Actually, I have two really small ones. Let's see if this works. hard to see that though, because there's blue there. Here we go. Maybe that will be better. I have a big heart punch too. I guess maybe I should look at that one. Oops. I'm gonna carefully turn that over. Uh-oh. There we go. Thought my heart punch was broken there for a second. And it did get a little wonky here, so I'm just gonna trim this. What I'm thinking is under there, there we go. And then I'll ink this because they'll show up a little bit better. Okay, I actually like the way that looks. And then maybe I can get that other blue heart that I punched already and put it up in that other cluster so that I'll have something else. And it's nice to use ink on these papers because they are definitely really thin and you get a white edge when you cut them or anything. So that helps blend that edge so you don't, on something this dark, you would see that white edge. And I would think it would be, you know, it's nice that I don't have to see that. So let's try this and see how far up I need to go. Still do this. Bring that there. I know that's hard to see on camera. Let me bring it up so you can see it in real life there. All right. So we have that, this. I like how they all look. I just ran over my box of washi tape. And then, let's see. I only have 2 clusters and I have these, I have enough to do these light blue dots. So I think that's what I'm going to do. These I am going to kind of join them to pieces within this cluster because otherwise I think you wouldn't see them. It's down here, not so much up on top, but down here for sure. You'd have a hard time seeing them. Up here it's a little bit different. And that'll just help call attention to like the borders of that heart too. All right, there we go. I have a mess on my desk, but it's not all papers tonight. All right, so there's that second layout with number 4 in it. And I have this a little crooked, but I think it's going to have to stay because it's glued down. I'm going to see if I can move it, but oh, I can, just a little at least. Okay, that's dangerous when you do that with Creative Memories. So not a ton of embellishing tonight, but I did use a punch, so points for that. And then there's that lovely Bella Boulevard washi. This is how much I have left, so I don't know. I might have 3 more rounds of it if I use it as a border like this, but probably not even that much. And I've got a crease in here. That is one thing that if I'm not careful, these will crease. Yeah, isn't that fun how that worked? Just that little simple change of punching out the high, because I think it's cute. It fits perfectly with this layout, but it wouldn't have looked right. The other thing I think that's helping now too is I have the black in the 2 cameras, and that I think helped as well because it helped neutralize those 2 cameras a little bit more. Let me grab the other one. And again, these are made with really essentially the same paper collections here, but they have really different looks to them, even though they're the same paper collections, basically. Because I actually have Bella Boulevard on this one, and I have Bella Boulevard on this one. I have a lot of Ellie Studio on both of them, but I think it works pretty well. So, all right, you guys. So I hope things are well with you. I should be here next Friday night. As far as I know right now, I will be able to do that. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I don't have any huge weekend plans yet. We haven't decided what we're doing tomorrow, but I am going to call boyfriend as soon as I'm done, and we'll figure that out. So, and then I have 3 layouts to make sometime this weekend, and when I do that, I will be done with my 2021 scrapbooking. So yay me. I was starting to fear when I looked at how big some of my things were that I haven't done, that it was going to take me forever until like my fall scrapbook retreat, but it won't. So now I can really, I do have a little bit of 2021 where I've started to scrapbook, but now it's going to be nice. I actually did a lot of photo editing this afternoon for those, and I'll just be able to kind of scrapbook I want again. Because when I get to the end like this, I have to scrapbook kind of the pictures to scrapbook, right? So, all right, you guys, hope you're all well, and I will see you next Friday night. Take care, everybody. Bye.